Looks like a
Recently we
brickmaker's
celebrated the
village.
birth of triplets. A good omen. My father and grandfather baked bricks. No doubt I will too.
Bup.
Greetings.
Greeting, my lord, greeting.
What's with you?
Not now, but when I was 6, a brick fell on me head. I was playing a game where you toss a brick in the air, counted 5 and ran so the brick wouldn't bop you. Never was good at counting. They say the brick made me stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help getting somewhere, you come to the right place. See, I never get lost.
Then this must be my lucky day. Tell me about the swamp.
The swamp's wide and deep, with mosquitoes up your arse. Oh, they've been stinging lately.
Who lives here?
Living here, we got druids, brickmakers, lumberjacks, monsters, and mosquitoes. That's who. What do you want to hear about?
Tell me about the brickmakers.
Brickmakers is us. Just there. Straight on, and there's the village. That's where you'll find the elders, who you need to oblige. We make bricks. Anything else you likes to know?
Where are the lumberjacks?
Lumberjack sticks to where they logs. Where else would they sticks?
So where exactly do they log?
Should have said that from the start. South of the Brickmaker's village. Best follow that path past the horrid cave till you see stumps.
How about monsters?
We got monsters, many. Will-o-wisps and mammons that keep a decent brickmaker from getting home when he's a bit tipsy. We got wind wraiths and brownies with their little red caps.
Anything else?
Else we got mosquitoes.
Did I hear you mention mosquitoes?
Damn buzzing bloodsuckers. There's more every year. You'll find that most by the tower.
The tower?
Yeah, if you go straight west and then south by the hut, you're sure to reach the Mage's Tower. But it's shut, and there's nothing but blasted mosquitoes and some geelums there.
Where will I find the druids?
That's the furthest nook in the forest, with beautiful trees and wild beasts sitting with druidins. That'll be straight southwest, but you needs to pass the loggers or take another path. Hard to say what.
Farewell.
Recently we celebrated the birth of triplets. A good omen.
A traveller from distant lands. He has lost something he now seeks.
What shall I call you?
Vasker, the village eldress.
Geralt. Witcher. What do the villagers do?
We mine clay and produce bricks.
I see none working.
Hard times. Speak. What do witchers do?
We solve problems.
Want to ask something?
Do you have monster problems?
Indeed. Creatures have made nests in the clay pits.
What are they like?
As if drowned, then resurrected.
Drowners. I can finish them.
We're poor folks. I can pay no more than 50 orens.
That's enough. Where are they?
Towards the landing, but take the other road at the fork. At its end you'll spot our tormentors. I'm bored.
My father and grandfather baked bricks.
The obelisk seems ancient. Pity I don't understand these runes. Saphira and obelisk merged. The old spells still work.
What was that?
Saphira and Obelisk merged. The old spells still work.
Want to ask something?
I've killed the Drowners.
You showed us mercy, yet I deceived you. I can offer no money, but you cannot leave unrewarded. Take this amulet. It's Kezath, the symbol of mercy.
Will do.
Wonderful. Now we prepare for the coming of the Lords.
Who are these lords?
We worship them and receive the grace of those from the eternal deep.
I keep thinking of the fish people, Vodyanoi.
How dare you! Those names offend the Lords.
Not human bones.
This would be my home.
Is that skull and brain human?
Yes,
And the meat?
that too.
Plates. A mug.
That don't get agitated. Listen to my reasons.
What reasons might a cannibal have?
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Why do you eat human flesh?
Well, I enjoy it. It has health-giving qualities, and it tastes like chicken. A pound of human flesh provides the equivalent of...
Spare me.
Well, you asked. I do follow certain rules. For instance, I never consume children.
Truly praiseworthy.
Well, no need for sarcasm. Well, occasionally I polish up a druid or a brickmaker, but I especially savour elf meat. It's aromatic, naturally infused with scents of roots and spices.
What about dwarf meat?
Oh, veiny and stringy. I believed I tasted it once, but in truth I'm unsure it was dwarf meat. To my embarrassment, I was forced to fight a drowner for it. The bloody scrap that was my share had little to identify it.
Enough.
As you wish, I'll say no more.
You don't deserve to live.
Well, you can always kill me, but I'm of greater use alive. I've vast knowledge and I know this swamp well. I could be of assistance to you.
Like I believe you. You'll flee as soon as I leave.
No, I'm too old to run again. I'd not deceive you. You've come to the swamp on an important mission. Completing it must be of greater import than one old monster. Mark me, I hold answers to many questions.
Fine. You'll live, for now.
Thank you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll grant you a potion recipe.
That could be useful.
Oh, nothing beats meat.
Saphira and Obelisk merged. The old spells still work.
The Water Lords and I.
Kalkstein, an alchemist, claims you know about the tower's mage and its sentry.
A powerful sorcerer once lived in the swamp, an apprentice his only companion. All changed when a woman entered his life.
A fairy tale beginning.
But the end differs, for a wicked woman she was. He fulfilled all her wishes and she took advantage of his might.
Who was the woman?
Unimportant.
I'm listening.
Blind love spelled the mage's demise. He called upon forces he could not control and died.
What about the guard?
The mage's lover could tell fortunes, and the mage created a deck of extraordinary tarot cards. He illustrated a future event on each card.
And?
Golems guarded the mage's dwelling. Those spared the ravages of time survive at the cemetery, where they remain motionless.
One of them is the guard?
Yes, the most powerful golem acted as sentry. The tower card depicts how the golem can be revived. In turn, this will open the tower anew. Take this card. I no longer need it. Only fools mock the water lords and live in the dry lands. When the time comes, fish will consume the fools. The water lords and I.
Let's discuss a job.
Please help. One of our children is missing. The boy has always returned quickly until now.
Perhaps the water beast ate him.
Blasphemy. The druids must have him to transform into a dryad.
All right, I'll look for the boy.
Only fools mock the water lords and live in the dry lands.
Witcher, go and see Yaron Bolt, the lead woodcutter. He ought to have a job for you. He lives at the southern end of the swamp.
Right, thanks.
What do you want?
Take me to the other side.
Time is money. Made up your mind? Ready to go?
I wouldn't have paid you otherwise. Take me to town.
Mr. Marlowe sent me.
What's happening?
Raymond said he has some new information. Come to his house as soon as you can.
Thanks for the message.
Welcome. You won't believe what happened.
Tell me,
Not so fast. Remember, I have expenses.
how much do I owe you?
200 orens.
This investigation is getting expensive.
I'm not the prophet Lebioda. I can't live on roots and berries. Neither can my informers. I guarantee you these are the bare necessities.
All right, 200 orens.
Down to business. They transferred the prisoner after the attack.
Not good.
Especially since we won't get anything else out of him. He died last night.
How did that happen?
Well, he wasn't in great shape, so I guess it's no surprise, but I have a feeling.
Someone helped him along?
Exactly. Shawnee's a good friend of yours, right? Ask her to do an autopsy, once we know the cause of death.
Wait a minute. Are you spying on me?
That's my job.
See you later.
Yes?
Do we really need to do this autopsy?
We can't move forward without it.
See you later.
Ugh, how can they drink this? What is it anyway?
I suppose it's wine.
Wine? Couldn't pass for wine's stepbrother.
So what is it?
Ugh, diluted dog's piss. Thus, I come here rarely.
I thought this was the only tavern around.
I live in the trade quarter, but the inns there are closed. Want to earn some coin?
You mentioned you might have a job for me. Care to elaborate?
I know where to find fine spirit, but it requires a sword to get it.
You need a warrior to have a drink?
I know a place with 100-year-old wine from Toussaint.
What's the catch?
The wine cellar is in a house where monsters now haunt.
It'll cost 200 orens.
Deal. I'll return here at midnight.
It wasn't easy, but I managed.
Splendid. I have no coin, though. Drank it all away. I'll keep one bottle. You take the rest for your toil.
Just as well. I don't have the bottles.
What? You cheat? Leave me be.
I'm betting on the boxer. He's a strong bastard.
Heel, heel. You know how hard he hits?
His last bull's nose was a bloody pulp.
What a champion!
Welcome, traveller.
I hear you buy jewelry.
What if I do?
Drink with me?
Sure. I'm tired.
Gods, grant me patience.
I've had enough.
I'm looking for work. Know who could help?
I work for Leuwarden, a wealthy merchant. He has many jobs.
Thanks, that's a big help.
Always help my friends. I've had enough.
100 orens. Tell me who's paying for salamander badges.
Shove off.
Geralt, I was wondering if you'd care to join the Order.
I hadn't really thought about it. I'm here about the notice.
I suspected it would interest you. Have you proof of slaying 10 drowners?
Here are their tongues.
Wait, I must record this. 10 drowners. Good. Here's your gold.
Upstairs, Father. Be my guest.
I'll go at once.
Yes?
Shani, I wanted to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
I need your help with an autopsy.
An autopsy? Since when do you deal with stuff like that?
Since I started investigating Salamandra.
Okay, though I'm no coroner. You'll have to interpret our findings. We'll meet in the evening. Until then, gather as many clues as possible.
I'll sniff around.
Get the body from the gravedigger. We'll meet at the hospital in the evening.
How do I find information to help the autopsy?
Ask Vincent Mice, but also look for books on anatomy and pathology.
Farewell.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
About the tower.
Yes?
Vasca helped me locate the tower tarot card. It describes how to wake the sentry.
Let's see this card. Interesting. Much depends on interpretation, but I think I understand. Alchemists find it easier to understand other alchemists.
Enlighten me.
The sentry can only be woken if it's near the tower, which it is, and by using a lightning rod.
A lightning rod?
The drawing depicts a man in a crown, a reference to King Herman the Mad.
Who's Herman the Mad?
Herman used to ascend a tower during storms and insult the gods. A hostile faction carried out a coup by removing the lightning rod from the tower.
An interesting story.
You'll need a device that attracts and conducts lightning. Put plainly, a solid metal rod. A good smith should be able to forge one for a decent price.
What next?
Yes, we'll need a thunderstorm, but I have no idea how to make Mother Nature cooperate.
I'll think of something.
When you have everything, attach the lightning rod to the sentry. Energy from the lightning bolt will revive the golem.
What next?
No idea, but you'll manage. If you kill the golem, you'll be able to make a rare potion requiring his heart. Here's the formula.
We'll see.
What is it, Witcher?
You ever do autopsies?
What for? Punctured stomachs mean gang warfare. Torn off heads mean beasts. And black tongues mean poison. The first case, we pressure ram's meat. The second, we pass on to the Order or a Witcher. The third, we go to the victim's wife. The culprit 90% of the time. Autopsies are a waste of time.
This accursed disease will kill us all.
Need anything?
Can you make a lightning rod?
What's that?
A long metal rod.
Should have said. But no, I'm a swordsmith and devote my time to the Order.
What if I give you a donation to the Order?
Say 70 orens?
Very well.
Come back later. I can't start just now.
What's this?
What do you need?
You seem to know a lot about the deaths in the city. Ever help with investigations?
Sometimes I inform Raymond about the more interesting dead men.
Maybe you can tell me too.
No, I promise to keep quiet.
I see.
What do you need?
A prisoner died recently. Is he in the cemetery already?
Don't know. You can have another body. They all reek the same.
I'm after a specific corpse.
Particular. Come back when you know what you want. Examining remains is an art. Always worthwhile to look deeper. But who does that concern?
Could you hand over the prisoner's body for an autopsy?
For a bottle of dwarven liquor. Slashing rain like a seasoned killer. What do you need?
You seem to know a lot about the deaths in the city. Ever help with investigations?
Sometimes I inform Raymond about the more interesting dead men.
I don't trust Raymond. He's hiding something.
Raymond? You wouldn't find a more loyal man.
He seems to be struggling with this case. I should help. Will you let me inside the cemetery?
City authorities prohibited it.
How can I change your mind?
I'd need Captain Mice's permission.
No other way to sway you?
Actually, I have a terrible debt with Toller. Clear those debts, the cemetery key's yours. Nothing like a good drink.
About the prisoner.
Where you want the body dumped?
At the hospital.
It'll be there by evening.
Farewell.
Night Hunter claims another victim!
Tell me more about this hunter.
Everyone's to stay at home and bolt their doors at night. A strange beast hunts humans and drowners creep from the river.
So what'll it be? We doing some ploughing business?
Can you get me inside the cemetery?
I can do anything, but I don't feel like it.
How can I convince you?
This damn investigation is getting tiring. Prove me innocent.
How did you get Berenger's property?
Stubborn-ass fellow, aren't you? From a middleman.
Where do I find him?
At the Hairy Bear Tavern. Doubt he'd want to talk to you. Man named Coleman.
You gamble?
I'm an abso-fucking-lutely great poker player. Why?
Care to play?
Don't make me laugh, you're a swiving amateur. Get some practice before you fucking bother me again.
Eternal fire.
Need anything?
Is the lightning metal rod ready?
Yes.
Here's 70 orens.
Thanks. I'll be sure it goes to a worthy cause.
Yes?
I have 3 salamander pins. Will you tell me about your secret society now?
Excellent. I normally pay 20 apiece, but I'll make an exception. I'll give you 10 times that.
Great, but I still want to know why you're paying bounty hunters to track down bandits.
They're not good for business.
Your business?
All businesses. Listen, there are forces beyond your imagination at work here. Be thankful you don't know the world for what it is.
Luvarden, I've heard so many high and mighty speeches that yours doesn't impress me. I don't give a shit about these forces. My only concern is reaching the Salamandra leaders and killing Azar Javed.
That I'd like to see. Should you succeed, find me, and I'll reward you handsomely. And if you destroy Salamandra as a whole, I will repay you for your efforts.
That won't be easy. I may come see you again, and I'll be counting on your assistance.
I'll help if I can.
See you later.
Yes?
I've nearly completed my investigation.
All right, speak.
If you don't work with Salamandra, who are you?
A modest merchant. Allow me to show gratitude with a gift.
Quit bluffing, Declan.
This symbol signifies my secret society. We seek to destroy Salamandra.
Learn anything useful?
The Salamanders have risked much. This is a political matter, let me tell you. Some larger schemes at play in Redania. Few people know this secret. King Foltest, the Lodge of Sorceresses, and I watch the northern border.
How does this relate to Salamandra?
Azar Javed has sent a special force north. My men saw them. He too knows something's brewing and is making preparations.
Be alert.
Transport services at the best prices.
Take me to the other side.
Times are wasting. Ready to go?
How many times are you going to ask me that? To the swamp.
Good sir. Do you need a boat?
Zephyra and Obelisk emerged. The only spells still work. Entrance.
Met the brickmakers yet? They're all mad.
Who are you?
Geralt the Witcher, a friend.
And we'll see.
And you?
Yaren. I speak for the lumberjacks.
Can we talk?
Speak.
Any jobs for a Witcher?
Despite the danger, the beasts leave us alone.
So nothing?
Perhaps. for someone willing to take a risk.
I'm listening.
But the Begatic plant should be blooming in the swamp.
I understand it's valuable.
The drug it makes is. Collect some blossoms and we could both earn a little.
I wade through mud, face danger, then we split the profit?
You don't know what Begatip looks like, nor where to sell it.
Okay, let's play herbalist.
Great. Begatip blossoms look like red orchids. Clumps grow throughout the swamp. Sell them to the ferryman. Ask those living in the swamp if you can't find any.
I'll deliver the flowers to the ferryman as soon as I find them.
Speak.
Are you responsible for the logging?
No, we scare off woodpeckers. Of course we're responsible. We're lumberjacks.
Work for yourselves or someone else?
We're independent, though we secure orders from merchants like Luvarden. We get weeks of work and a decent return.
You the chief lumberjack?
Yes. Without me, these lazy lads wouldn't know when to piss. Him with a moustache. No matter what I do, he still pisses in his boots.
I see you keep a tight rein.
With danger around, you need discipline. I rule with an iron fist, so they can return home safely. Most will.
Get along with the locals?
Nothing but a bunch of deviants. The brickmakers babble about their lords and the underwater world, and the druids don't like the trees being felled.
Godspeed. Saphira and Obelisk merged. The old spells still work. Huge trees, strange symbols, tamed beasts, even a dryad. This must be the Druid's Grove.
What is it?
I seek a boy missing from the Brickmakers' village.
I've not seen him.
The Brickmakers claim you changed children into dryads.
Fools! Only adults are accepted here. Children would only trouble us. As for dryads, ask them yourself.
I'm looking for Begatic blossoms.
We can supply the herb at a reasonable price. Talk to the man who tends the holy oak.
Farewell.
Welcome to the Druid's Grove, traveller.
Greetings.
Marvellous place. I come here when I need to think, and the peacefulness helps clear my mind. Even a witcher is welcome here.
One more word about my accepting my otherness and finding the home I never had, and I'll cry like a baby.
Sarcasm only serves to expose your inhibitions.
Ooh, an elven psychoanalyst.
I spent decades among humans. I find your kind as complicated as the schematics of a flail.
Decades? Live that long among humans, you're bound to become more like them than you ever wanted to be.
Are you speaking from experience, Monster Slayer?
A sharp wit. I'm Geralt.
My name's Yavin.
Let's talk.
Yes.
I'm looking for witcher's work.
Then I'll ask you a favor. I need a letter delivered to Vizima, where I'm not welcome. As a witcher, you should find little difficulty tending to monsters on the way and avoiding trouble with the guards at the city gates.
Who's the letter to?
I'd be obliged if you could deliver it to Vivaldi, a dwarf living in town, and then return his reply to me.
I'll do it. I'm going to Vizima anyway.
Thank you. Yes.
What can you tell me about your kind? What makes you elves tick?
Let us pray beneath the trees, for the trampled heather, for blood that has been shed, for fate that has been destroyed.
Nice and to the point. Farewell.
Gwynblade.
I seek a boy. The brickmakers claim druids seized him to transform him into a dryad.
Only girls can be dryads, no boys here.
Just wanted to make sure.
I would show you where young dryads come from, but
Yes?
I wish to remain faithful to the Brokilon tradition. We only take in men to procreate, and just the strong and agile. We want the girls born of their seed to inherit their father's fortitude.
I've been accused of many things, but lack of physical prowess is not among them.
I believe you. But the ritual requires a man to prove himself a skilled hunter. Bring me a wolf's pelt. You have proved yourself a skilled hunter. Yet one obstacle remains.
What's that?
Witchers are sterile. We dryads don't acknowledge intimacy without procreation.
Intimacy without procreation can be good.
How?
Sex relieves stress, improving body and mind.
We dryads must be vigilant and agile to defend our home. And my body demands love.
Would you like to be with me?
Yes, for the day.
Come.
What, White Wolf?
Disease supposedly consumes the city. Alas, the woes of civilization. What is it?
You druids control nature's forces, right?
No, we cannot. Rather, we live by its rhythms.
You train wild animals, and you can stir up a storm?
No, I mean yes, but not by force.
Well, I need a tempest with thunder and lightning. Can you create one?
I can, but as I said...
I'll pay. Call it a donation toward the prevention of further devastation of the environment.
500 orens.
That's too much.
Things are getting more expensive, and we have to live somehow.
I'll come back when you change your mind.
The Water Lords and I!
The druids didn't take your boy. If I find him, I'll see to his safe return.
The boy is gone. A warning to all. We must prepare.
Prepare for what?
The Water Lords and I!
Saphira and Obelisk emerged. The old spells still work.
Humans are intruders. We aim to win back our world.
What do you mean?
Some of our greatest died combating humans. First when your kind arrived in these lands, then recently when we again concluded we couldn't abide mankind's tyranny. Have you seen Fenowed flowers? You couldn't find one because you can't distinguish it from common plants.
You're blinded by hatred. I've picked Fenowed.
Show me. I sense it will be something amusing. You do know Fenowed. I thought wrongly about you.
Don't apologize. Think. Not all humans are mindless barbarians.
You do know Fenowed. I thought wrongly about you.
A new customer. Come aboard. What do you want?
Yaron sends his greetings. I have the herbs.
Finally.
Here, 5 beggar-tick blossoms, as agreed.
400 orans, and give my best to Yaron.
I'll be sure to.
What do you want?
I'll find you later. I can't meditate with a fire out. Seems I have to light it first.
What do you want?
Take me to the other side.
Time is money. Made up your mind? Ready to go?
I wouldn't have paid you otherwise. Take me to town.
Ready for the autopsy?
Let's get started.
Race, human. Gender, male. Wounds, extensive.
Shani, this isn't a lecture hall.
Whatever you say. He died yesterday, torn to pieces.
A werewolf?
The moon's shining. Wouldn't he turn into a lycanthrope?
I guess.
Geralt, no need to test me. I'm a professional. Moving on.
Could a human have inflicted these wounds?
Only with a 2-foot jaw.
The bone marrow has been sucked out. Must be scavengers.
Very likely. Plenty around the cemetery.
So, he was torn to pieces after he died. I'm interested in the cause of death.
I also see some stab wounds. A blade 2 fingers wide.
An assassin's dagger. Ramsmeat's men.
It'd be nice to find something conclusive.
Any suggestions?
Let's check his internal organs.
We'll all die.
Where shall we start?
Let's look at the lungs.
Perforated. Odd, the weapon didn't hit any vital organs.
You mean the wounds weren't the cause of death?
If they were, we'd see pneumothorax.
Can you survive pneumothorax?
Yes, an average surgeon could cure you. At worst, you'd spend the rest of your life whistling when you breathed.
Look at the heart.
The heart's untouched, but the aorta's been cut by a dagger.
Was it fatal?
Yes.
Let's look at the liver.
Completely cirrhotic. But he doesn't look a drunk.
Poison?
Yes. It also caused convulsions, paralysis, and cardiac arrest. That explains why rigor mortis lasted so long.
Could bandits have obtained such poison?
They could have purchased it from someone. There's a shifty-looking merchant among them.
Kalkstein also deals in such things.
Alchemists' poisons usually leave a trace. Let's have a look. Look, the tongue was crudely extracted, but not all the blackened tissue was removed.
Blackened?
Yes, the poison caused necrosis of the tongue, so the murderer removed it.
So we're certain a gifted alchemist is the murderer.
A gifted alchemist who's a crappy surgeon.
Kalkstein. He wanted to implicate the bandits, but he failed to foresee a professional autopsy. Thanks, Shani. That's the evidence I needed.
Good. I'm exhausted. Ugh. I need to bathe. See you, Geralt.
Looks like I have to deal with these idiots.
Looking for something? All right, go in.
What do you want, Wolf?
I've been to Taller's place. Found a few things there. Belong to someone I've been looking for.
Yeah? So what?
They belong to a Witcher. How'd you get them?
We found them. Your friend was in trouble, scheming with Salamandra. Ask the people in the swamp. That's where we found those trinkets. What do you want, Wolf?
Want the truth about Salamandra?
I'm listening.
Someone wanted me to believe you led Salamandra.
And I thought Salamandra sent you.
That's interesting.
They really liked me out of the saddle. They tried to poison me and sent several masked assholes out to assassinate me. But that's all too little for Uncle Ramsmeat. I thought you were their next attempt.
I know you're fighting Salamandra. I'm hunting them too.
Javed wants to take over my business. He decided to start with the girls. Know why? Though he left Zarakenia long ago and trained to be a mage, deep inside, he's remained a fucked up wild man. Now you get it?
Not really.
He's driven by instinct. Thinks with that Zarakanian cock of his, and he's got some strange fetishes. Likes fire. My girls are scared shitless, and they don't scare that easily.
Thanks. That helped.
No problem.
How's things?
Old whores have wings. Beat it, Witcher.
What brings you here?
I have a message for you from Yevon.
Yevon? I don't need to read it. I know what he wants. Witcher know that whether elf, human or dwarf, they all want the same thing.
Gold?
Gold indeed. If you care to drop by later, you can collect my answer to Yevon.
Agreed.
But don't count on getting any gold from me. Yevon has doubtless promised you some already.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
I suspected you were working with Javed.
You think I lead Salamandra? I'll die laughing!
I'm certain. You don't fool me with your scholarly guise.
You're a fool, Geralt.
Yes?
I have the autopsy results.
And?
I'm certain it was Kalkstein.
How do you know?
The liver was cirrhotic. The stab wounds were just a clumsy attempt to hide the real reason.
So, poison after all. But how can you be sure it was Kalkstein?
Changes in the eyeballs, typical of alchemical poisons.
I see you did your homework.
I sure did.
Come back later. I need to analyze this information.
What brings you here?
Have you finished your answer to Yevon?
Yes, here it is. The elf will surely reward you.
Let's hope you're right.
What is it, Witcher?
Can you get me a pass into the cemetery?
You accuse me, and then you want help?
See it as a way to prove your innocence.
Not a chance in hell. Get lost.
Steady.
I won't help with this vigilante investigation. The results are crap.
See ya.